Hello. So once again, welcome back to my channel. So this is Jundal Chakor and welcome to the Chandia TV vlog. So again, we will continue our discussion in our subject, which is the professional conduct and ethical standard. So we'll discuss about the chapter 2. So we have here the following subtopics that we are going to discuss in this video. So first is the definition of the code of ethics, and also the definition of the code of conduct, the difference of code of ethics and code of conduct, and the key principles of code of conduct, the professional ethics, making ethical decisions process, and the ethical dilemmas, and the 6 steps for making ethical decisions. So these are the following subtopics that we are going to learn and discuss in this video. So but before we start, I would like to encourage you as a support in this channel to please click to subscribe, and of course hit the notification bell for you to be updated in our upcoming videos. So thank you so much, guys. So let's start. So we'll start with the definition of the code of ethics. So what is code of ethics? So it is a moral standard that the company expects employees to follow. At a minimum, ethics guidelines are established by the laws and industry regulations. So as an employee, someday, my dear students, when you become a professional, then you work in a certain company or organization or in the government. So since you're a professional, so the company that you work for so will expect you to follow what is the standard, no? What is the moral standard. So kanang kahibalo na ka no, kung say angay buhaton say sakto o kung say dili. So you choose to decide what is good, what is right for the benefit of your organization. Then next we have the code of conduct. So code of conduct is a particular rule in the code of ethics might state that all employees will obey the law. A code of conduct might list several specific laws relevant to the different areas of organizational operations or industry that employees need to obey. So ang code of conduct is a part of the code of ethics, and also state that all employees will obey the law. So kung professional ta, no? So we need to follow the law. Otherwise, kung di ta mo follow, we can violate, no? So importante kayo nga mo follow ta, musunod ta og unsay mga balaod, no, sa ato ang labi na sa gobyerno, or kung naa ka sa private companies, so private employee ka sa private companies when you work someday, so dapat nga mo follow gyud ta sa unsay rules nga gipa-implement labi na sa rules of conduct. Then next one is the difference between the code of ethics and code of conduct. So both code of ethics and code of conduct are similar, as they are used in an attempt to encourage specific forms of behavior by employees. So these are the very important matter that we need to learn, when you become a professional someday, no? Nga naman, so kailangan nga mo follow gyud ta sa mga certain rules nga angay buhaton, no, as an employee. Why? Because kung di ta mo follow, no, kung nato sa field sa work, no, dali ra ta matanggal, dali ra ta ma-evict, no, sa atong work. So that's why we need to learn what is the code of ethics and also the code of conduct, what is the right behavior that we need to show in our work field, no? Dapat nga kung na kay mga hidden sa mga negativity sa imong self, dapat when you work imo na nang hinahinayog tanggal, di na nimo ipakita dito sa imong work field. Why? Kung musyonan mo mga negativities dito, so possible nga maka-violate ka sa mga regulations and natagaan kag sanctions, mga memos nga maka wala sa imong motivations, no, sa imong trabaho. Then next one, ethics, no, guidelines attempt to provide guidance about values and choices to influence decision making. So dako kay na siya og katabang, no, when it comes to guide us, no, to guide you, no, kung unsay sakto nga buhaton, no, when you make decisions makahatag nig kanang gitawag og kaayuhan, no, sa imuha nga labi na sa future, no. It will guide you to become successful professional someday. The next, conduct regulation assert that some specific actions are appropriate, otherwise inappropriate, or others rather inappropriate. So normally, no, there are persons nga nakaingon nga habit na yun nila nga ang ilang mga behaviors, ang ilang mga words nga magawa sa ilang mouth, it's makaingon inappropriate or makaingon nga di maayo. But when you work, no, imo na nang dapat i-lift up, imo na nang kuhaon. So what is necessary nga i-show nimo og unsay maayo labi na sa imong trabaho. Then next one, in both cases the organization desired to obtain a narrow range of acceptable behaviors from employees. So when you work, no, the organization, no, ang pinaka-aim yun nila, no, nganong kailangan ta makabalo sa code of ethics and code of conduct is for you to become an acceptable, no, in the company nga ang imong issue is katong gitawag og good conduct, no, good behaviors, good attitude. The next one we have the differences, the table differences of the code of conduct and code of ethics. So first, kining ethics. So ang ethics rules helps people make decisions. So magiyahan ka unsay angay mong buhaton sa imong kinabuhi, no. Applicable na siya bisag asa, bisag dili ka, bisag student and the professional, sa mga employee, o even do sa mga high-ranking officials. It is very applicable to all kining ethics. So it will help you to make a better decisions. Then ang code of conduct is rules require specific behaviors. So dapat ang i-show nimo is kanang mga good behaviors, no, dili to mga bad actions. So then code of ethics, a moral standard that the company expects employees to follow. So what is moral, what is good, the company will expect you to do it, no, to follow it, no. That is a standard of our society. Then code of conduct states how the company expects employees to behave. So as I mentioned earlier nga kung nakay mga negativities sa imong kagalingon, so when you work dapat dili na mo ipakita, no, dito. So because you might violate the rules of code of conduct. Then next, ethics. Every code of ethics scenario should have a corresponding set of rules. So yan gyud daghan gyud ang mga rules sa code of ethics that we should know and we need to follow it. Then code of conduct may not always be ethically driven. Then next, ethics are higher level of concept. Then code of conduct gets down to specific action, expectation. So kining code of ethics is more on developing us to developing you to do what is right and good for you and for the others. And code of conduct, it is more on the expectations to show your good behaviors, or what is specific actions that you need to do to show in a certain place. So next one, we have the principles of code of conduct. So first principle of code of conduct is to respect for laws and regulations. So let's say for example, so unsa man pamaagi that we need to respect laws and regulations. So first is kanang mo sunod ta, mo follow ta, dili ta violators. So that's one way to respect the law and the rules and regulations. Then of course, respect for people, especially for people who implemented the law and regulations. We need to respect people, no, everyone around us we need to respect. So so that you will be considered a respectful person, and in that way you show the code of conduct, that you follow the rules of conduct. The next one, we have the respect for environment. So uh, there are so many ways that we can respect our environment. One thing is that kanang mao ka to keep your trashes, no, to throw your garbage properly, so to care our mother earth, no. So kamao tamang limpyo, no, di ta patahaglabay og basura, o so mananom tag kahoy. So that's way nga nag-care ta, nag-respect ta sa ato ang environment. So next one, respect for competition, law, regulations. So we need to respect the competition for law and regulations, otherwise makaviolate ta sa mga gipa-implement nga mga regulations. Then next, we have the respect for rules on insider trading. Then prevention of conflicts of interest. So kani there's a lot of debates and daghan nga mag-away ani because ano kani gitawag conflict of interest, no. So we need to respect, we need to prevent, no, para maka-follow ta sa code of conduct. Then protection of activities, and lastly, the transparency and integrity of information. So these are the things that we need to do, we need to follow, because this is the key principles, no, of the code of conduct. So when we follow these principles, surely we will become a good professional someday. Then next, we have the professional ethics. So professional ethics encompass the personal and corporate standards of behavior expected by professionals. Then the word professionalism originally applied to vows of a religious order. By at least the year 1675, the term had seen secular application and was applied to the three learned profession. So before, ang kaning professionalism ga-apply rin sa mga religious order, so like a priest, no, bishop, so mga religious nga institution. But today, years, decades, years after years, no, na-apply na ang professionalism dito sa divinity. So divinity is more on sa religious order po na siya, sa mga priest, and of course to the law, ma-apply na siya sa mga lawyer, and of course sa medicine, and ngadto sa mga doctors. So nag-develop, nag-evolve ang professional ethics. Then the term professionalism was also used for the military profession around this same time. So gi-apply na pud siya ngadto sa mga military services ang professionalism. And today, no, nowadays, ethics in law enforcement and policing, so it gi-apply na pud siya sa law enforcement and policing. So it is often said that no other profession demands a higher ethical standards than that of law enforcement. So regardless of whether or not there are other careers that require similar dedication to doing the right thing, it is undeniable that there is understandably tremendous degree of expectations placed upon police officers. So it's very applicable ang kaning ethics sa labi na sa law enforcement, no, law enforcement personnel. So why? So kung ikaw sa ka na sa law enforcement agencies, no, pinaka importante is kabalo ka kung unsay sakto, unsay dili, no. You need to follow the code of ethics. So next, the professional code of ethics. So general rule is to ethically act in accordance with approved standard of conduct and responsibility or according to the respective ethical behavior. So mao gina ang general rule, no, na dapat mo follow kita so unsay approved standards of conduct, no. That is our responsibility, that we need to follow of what is ethical behavior. Then next, we have the importance of professional code of ethics. So first, many ethical dilemmas in criminal justice. So in criminal justice, no, there are things nga makaingon ta nga it's difficult to make decisions, no. So that's why we need to basically about rooted ta, no, sa professional code of ethics, so that that serves our guide kung unsa may giangay buhaton, no, kung maka face ta og mga situation nga lisod ang pag-make og decisions. The next, complicate the relationship in the justice. So there are mga complications, no? So in relationship and the justice. So ang kining code of ethics mo gini sumbanan nato, no, as a professionals, no, unsay sakto ug angay nga buhaton. Then next is the requirement of professionalism. So when you become professional someday, my dear students, so it is a requirement that we need to act as a professional, and we need to do as a professional unsay sakto, no? We need to follow, no, the right conducts, no, the right ethical standards, so in our profession. Then next we have the making ethical decisions process. So man ang mga ethical decisions, no? So ethical decision making refers to the process of evaluating and choosing among alternatives in a manner consistent with ethical principles. In making decisions, it is necessary to perceive and eliminate unethical options and select the best ethical alternative. So, magini ang pinaka nakayunta nga lisod, no, is about decision making. So there are mga things nga moabot sa tuwa, there are mga challenges, no, nga makaingon tang it's hard to make decisions. Labi na ang atong decision nga kinahanglan nga sakto, no? Kailangan maayo, no? Kanang itawag ethical, not unethical. So making ethical decisions, no, it's also difficult, especially kung naanad ka sa mga kanang easy or pasayon lang, no? So it's hard to eliminate unethical options, no, especially, no, labi na sa mga students na isira ang pagbuhat og mga ethical options. No, so if you are follow the ethical standards, so you need to eliminate, no, imo na lang hinahanap ba, you need to practice what is ethical, especially sa paghatag og decision. Then the process of making ethical decisions requires, so there are process, no, para maka come up ta og mga ethical decisions or makahatag ta og mga ethical decisions. So first is kanang nakay commitment. So unsa may example, no? So commitment, the desire to do the right thing regardless of the cost. Kanang dili ka maglantaw kung unsay mga possible cost, no? As long as you do what is right. Bahala og maargabyado ka, no? But as long as you do the right thing, what is necessary. So that is commitment. Na committed ka, no, sa usa ka butang nya nakasasakto. Then kanang nakay consciousness. So the awareness to act consistently and apply moral convictions to daily behavior. No, kabalo ka tungod sa sakto. No, you have the convictions nga mo ni everyday dapat man ni akong buhaton kay mo ni sakto. No? Next, we have the competency. No, the ability to collect and evaluate information, develop alternative and foresee potential consequences and risks. You have the ability, you are capable of doing things, no, the right thing. So mo na usa nga way nga maka process ka og mga ethical decisions. Then next we have making ethical decisions model. So it involves 3 steps. So na tulo ka steps. First step is all decisions must take into account and reflect a concern for the interest and well-being of all affected individuals. So first is kanay mo mga decision dapat no, take into account and reflect a concern for the interest. So maghuna-huna ka daan kung unsay mga possible nga mahitabo, no. So when you make decisions, no, naabay ma-affected, no, kung imo nang ipagawas na nga mga words kana mga nakay actions nga buhaton which is kay nga di man ni maayo, so naabay ma-affected. So kung na-affected naa kay maligsan, so that's meaning nga dili na siya ethical, no, it violates the ethical standards. Now, next one is ethical values are morally superior to non-ethical ones. So when faced with a clear choice between such values, the ethical person should always choose to follow ethical principle. So now when you want to become an ethical person, dapat you should always choose to follow ethical principle. So practice gyud ta, no, kung matanaanan kung mabuhat og unsay maayo unsay sakto. So that when we become professional someday, no, dili na ta maglisod sa pagsunod nga naman naanad naman ta while estudyante pa. So next we have perceiving the difference between ethical and unethical values can be difficult. This situation often occurs when people perceive a clash between what they want or need unethical principles that might deny these desires. So maglisod jud ka, no, pag perceive, no, pagsabot kung unsay sakto, unsay ethical or non-ethical, labi na kung wa ka naanad, wa kay values, uh, uh, kung giunsa nimo pagbalyo ang imong kagalingon or what is your values, no. So labi na kung maabot ng time nga na kay mga panginahanglan, no, sa imong. So ang uban na mo grab na lang to make non-ethical decisions, it is because of their wants or needs. So this thing is hard to follow, but when you want, no, if you want to develop your good ethical decisions, so we need to practice and we need to apply it in our daily endeavors. So next, now we have the 7 steps to help you make better decisions. So there are mga things that we need to can help us to make better decisions. First, stop and think. So before you decide, no, certain things, before you do that in that way, so stop, no, think twice, think more kung unsay sakto unsay angan nimong buhaton, no. Wag kang magmadali, no, wag padalos-dalos sa mga decisions, labi na ka makaingon ka nga di man na maayo buhaton. So kung nagkunala ka nga di man na maayo, no, stop, then think kung unsay mga possible nga outcomes kung imo nang buhaton. Next one is clarify goals. So unsa man goals nimo, no, nganong imo madyo nang buhaton, no, which is makatabang ba sa imong goals or dili ba. If dili na siya makatabang, so why not you to do it, no. Then determine facts, no, it is true or no, not, no, determine facts. And next, develop options. So nabay mga possible options before you do that thing, no. Then consider consequences. So mga consequences you need to consider. Then next one is choose what is right and monitor and modify. So that's the 7 steps to help to make better decisions. So I hope nga kini hinahinay nga ma-develop sa inyo kagalingon. Then next, ethical dilemmas, also known as moral dilemmas, are situations in which there are choice to be made between two options, neither of which resolve the situation in an ethical acceptable fashion. So naa magining gitawag og ethical dilemmas kanang mag-isod ka og decide kung unsay angay nimong bahaton. So kani ba gid siya, kani ba? So depende nimo, no. So mo ni gitawag ethical dilemmas. Pero kung kahibalo ka kung unsay rules of conduct or rules of the code of ethics, so dili na ka maglibog, no. Sayo na pagsunod unsay angay buhaton. Then a moral dilemma is a conflict in which you have to choose between two or more actions and have moral reasons for choosing its actions. So conflict, no, kanang naglibog ka unsay angay nimong buhaton, no. Pero kung kahibalo ka unsay angay unsay saktong buhaton, so you need to choose what is right and what is necessary. The next steps, 6 steps for making ethical decisions. So saan pagbuhat og mga ethical decisions. So man mga steps: establish the facts in a situation, decide whether the situation involves legal or ethical issues, then identify your options and possible consequences, evaluate your options, choose the best option, and implement your decision. So mo ni mga steps no to make an ethical decisions. So primero, establish the facts in a situation. So unsa magay sakto, unsa magay uh, tinuod, unsa magay kamatuoran, no, and decide no whether a situation legal ba ni or ethical issues ba ni. Unsa man siya nga before na ko nibuhaton, legal ba ni siya or ethical ba ni, no? Then identify your options. So unsa man akong buhaton, no? To make you make an options, no? Kani akong buhaton, unsa may possible nga mahitabo, no? Or, example na to. So establish a fact. So for you guys as a student, no. So unsa may establish the fact. So when you if you are a student, so your first goal is to to finish your studies, to finish in college. So you decide, no, nganong kinahanglan ka makahuman og eskwela. So decide whether the situation involves legal or ethical issues. So kailangan ka mo decide nga kailangan ka nga mohuman, no, kay estudyante maka. Then identify your options, kay nganong kinahanglan maka nga makahuman, no, unsa may mga possible consequences kung makahuman ka, naka-diploma nya naay more opportunities, possible makuha nimo ang mga dream career. So kung dili ka kahuman, magminyo ka sayo, so unsa may possible consequences. So possible consequences ana is maglisod gyud ka apply trabaho. Then evaluate your options. So unsa may mga options nga best nimong buhaton, no, para makapadayon ka sa pag-eskwela, di ka maundang despite of mga challenges. And choose the best option. So best option is to study hard, no, to focus on your studies para makagraduate ka. Then implement your decision. So ana ka mo take og actions, no. So implement your decision na. So that's the good example, no, to make an ethical decisions. So lastly, so why code of conduct is important. So ano importante man, no, to follow the code of conduct. So because code of conduct is a central guide and reference for employees in supporting day-to-day decision making. So our written code clarifies organization mission, values, and principles, linking them with standard and professional conduct. So importante kay ni ang code of conduct, which it will guide us, no, unsay atong angay buhaton in everyday in our lives. So as a professional, no, we are regulated by, no, the PRC, the Professional Regulation Commission. So there are mga standards nga ilang implement that we need to follow. Also sa criminologist na ay PCAP, na Philippine Professional Criminal Association of the Philippines. No, so this mga organization will help us a professional, and for you my dear students to become professional someday, to help us to follow, no, what is the right, what is the things that we need to do, no, as a professional. So especially to you my dear students, when you become a professional someday. So thank you, no, that's it my dear students. So thank you so much for watching this video. So I hope that you will learn new things in this our discussion. So I hope that I will continue to support this channel, my dear friends. Then see you next time for our upcoming videos, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for you to be updated sa atong mga videos next time. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Bye bye.